We are at the end of our course on the Leningrad Dutch. This is the last game. Please let me know if this system of watching game after game with a pawn structure and move order that we want to play in this opening help to let you play the opening or not. So if it helps, I can do the same for other type of openings, and I believe it's a kind of exciting way to learn a chess opening, and it's free, so better than that. This last game was played between Tugmakov Vladimir 2570 against Malanyuk Vladimir 2505. I guess they didn't have a big fantasy for the names. Everything is Vladimir. It was played in love, and the T should be a zonal tournament. Zonal tournament, this was played in 1990, was the one that would select the players that would play for the candidate tournament. So if the Leningrad Dutch was used in this kind of very important tournament, it means it's a good opening. D4, F5, G3, Knight F6, Bishop G2, D6, Knight F3, G6, B3, Bishop G7, Bishop B2, Castle, and here we start to see this move, Queen E8, okay? So we must remember that very interesting move that was H6, G5 with the possibility that the Queen comes here. That maneuver that we learn watching game after game. So you see guys, this is the point of watching games instead of practicing a so-called what was the space repetition method. The watching games show you entire maneuvers that you will remember in your own games because they make sense. Instead of trying to memorize some moves that you don't know if they make sense or not. C4. Now notice also the difference, right? Once you play B3, this queen cannot go here and exploit that diagonal. So this is a big difference with the previous move orders. Knight A6, D5, C5. Okay? And here white played this, but probably it was better to play D takes C6 en passant, B takes C6 and Knight D4. Then, which would have been defended with Bishop D7, but probably it's a little more attacking instead of Knight C3. H6, Knight E1, G5, and here you see the maneuver that I told you, right? H6, G5, and now the queen can go on H5. Knight D3, so pay attention, Knight E1, Knight D3, okay? These are maneuvers that one must remember in the sense that if they happen in your games, you know how to neutralize them or what is the idea behind, okay? Queen G6, Queen D2, Bishop D7, and now both sides have officially finished the opening. Why? Because the rooks are connected. F4. And now you see after F4, you see every time you move a pawn, you create some weaknesses, some holes that the opponent can exploit. And in fact, he immediately plays Knight G4. Knight F2. Again, remember, Grandmaster level players, they always attack. They don't want to exchange easily. They will do it, but they try to attack first. What is black's move? bishop d4, queening this. Obviously, here there is this, you remove this and you try to exchange that, because that is a kind of strong attacker, right? That is pinning something, and then it gives you this kind of knight e3 that is attacking a lot of stuff. So something must be done immediately. Okay? So what did white do? He played knight c d1. And as you can see, at this point you can pause the video and try to think what black would do. Black played queen h5, which is a great move. The problem is h3. What do you do now? Generally, at grandmaster level, I saw that they really don't like to go back. They don't like to go back, they want to attack, go farther, go more deep or deeper in the enemy territory. In this case, he played knight takes f2, knight takes f2, bishop takes b2, and queen takes b2, to which follow g takes f4. Okay? G takes f4, and now black has an advantage, right? Because now with king h7 and rook g8, he starts to attack clearly on the king side. And in fact, after g takes f4, he plays king h7. White continue with e4, rook g8, because now he's starting to pin this, e5, and rook g7. Rook g7 obviously makes you think that he wants to double the rooks. King h1, rook a g8, like I told you, doubles the rook, rook g1, queen h4, very interesting move. Queen d2, so queen h4 was attacking this, it is protected. Rook g3, probably there is the intention of probably attacking on h3. Rook a e1, bishop e8, as you can see it's bringing even more pieces into the attack. E takes d6, e takes d6. And now there is king h2 and bishop h5, like I told you. Knight h1, try to remove this rook, the rook goes to g7, and now obviously because white is under attack, he tries to do what? Exchange the pieces, because once you exchange the pieces, the attack will vanish. So he plays queen f2, to which black takes, and finally this knight, we are at nearly the end of the game, he starts to enter into the game, like before. a4, knight c2, rook e6, attacking the backward pawn, knight d4, and now there is a so-called mistake, rook takes d6. Okay? How does black win here? Try to pause the video and see, but the move that would be played is bishop f3. Why bishop f3? Because as you can see, if he takes, he can take and give you checkmate. Okay? Because take, check, the king can only go here, rook takes h1, g1 is a checkmate. So obviously he cannot take. But what can he do at this point? Good question. Good question. What can he do? I don't know, because this rook is unprotected against 2. So I don't know. It's a very difficult situation. And he just went for a pawn. That's ridiculous. I mean, Turkmakov is a great player and he went for a pawn. Who knows why? Okay, so this was the last game of the Dutch Leningrad course. Please, once more, give me a feedback to let me know if it worked or not. My idea is that through a certain amount of model games we are able to internalize and understand the typical maneuver of a game, the typical pawn structures, and eventually how to win, or in which endgames we will win. So it's up to us then to practice those endgames against a sparring partner. I hope you enjoyed the Leningrad Dutch course. Please let me know if you would like to see other opening courses. Bye.